Peace. Peace, brothers and sisters. How you doing? This is the last and final segment of class. How y'all doing? How you feeling? I want to say this to you all, that it's been a great experience to share this information. And in this segment, I'm gonna show you different pictures, some of the greats from out of Pittsburgh, and as well show you some of the ladies who changed the world and made a difference on this planet. I'm SHU AMUN RA, and today's class is about the untold stories of the great Black Renaissance. This is the book, which is called Smoketown, and the author is called, his name is Mark Whitaker. And the successful Black people, regardless of where they come from, we need to recognize them and don't forget. And I'll say it again. Don't be so judgmental on what you see and the path that people make. Because we all have to make a judgment call and do what we need to do if we want to be successful in life. Remember this. Remember, do the best you possibly can be, no matter what's the struggle. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. I'm going to show you some pictures of some of the greats. Errol Garner, the beloved pianist and composer of Misty. I wonder if anyone of y'all know this man. Renaissance. Huh? You know that man? Martin Luther King meets the press during his final visit in Pittsburgh in 1966. Huh? The Bethel Amen Church, their blast building to be destroyed. Lower Hill, 1957. Huh? There's Martin Luther King. There's a church that was blasted. These are people that are making a difference. Are you making a difference? Are you? Wendell Smith, the Carrier sports writer who led the crusade integrate pro baseball. You're also going to see Jackie Robinson and Branch Ricker to unite the Pittsburgh Thinkers after Smith connected with them. Huh? There's Wendell, the sports writer. There's Jackie, as an older man. Huh? So you wouldn't think I'd just be making things up. Jackie Robinson, Rachel Robinson's wife, arrived in 1946 for minor league spring training. Huh? Are we? Huh? The life of photo of Billy Strikes and his fans. See another picture of Billy. Okay? There's Sarah Vaughan, right, who first came to Pittsburgh. There's Exeter in hand, visited in 1950. Huh? There's Billy with his fans. Huh? Billy Elkiston Wright and the orchestra featuring Dizzy Gillespie. There's Dizzy when he was younger. Center Charlie Baker is in the right. Performed in Pittsburgh, 1944. There's Dizzy. That's when they was younger. Y'all remember? Any one of you remember these people? Huh? You remember these people? Probably forgot. That's why information is good. That's why you should get these books, these flashcards. Huh? There's Jesse Van Center, Billy Nunn, right? We got Frank Bolden in his World War II conspirator uniform. Huh? There's Frank. Just in case if you don't know. People who made a difference. When we gonna stop playing these games? Huh? Why we don't remember these people? You remember when I mentioned Josh Gibson, right? Josh Gibson. Homestead Graves. Uniform from the second time in the 1940s. The Crawfords. The fearsome Pittsburgh Crawford of the 1932. Featuring Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson, excuse me. Back row, second half, left, and 3 other future Hall of Famers. Huh? I'm gonna show you pictures from the Negro League. Pittsburgh. There's Josh Gibson. Yes. Whether some of you like it or not, he was better than Babe Ruth. My opinion. Huh? If you look in the back, you'll see Josh Gibson. This is the second row. Huh? Satchel Paige. Pittsburgh, one of the greatest Negro League team. The Crawford. Huh? You can read it. Huh? How we forget these people? You know they got a museum, a monument, Hall of Fame, where you can go to see these people. Huh? Y'all want to see Lena Horne and her father? Lena Horne at the Linden's Club? Huh? There's Lena Horne. Lena Horne and her daddy. There's Lena Horne at the club. Successful. Melanated people. Huh? You're gonna be who you're gonna be. Y'all wanna see Duke Ellington, Billy Strahan, the center, the dancer Charles Honey, Coles of Stanley Theater, the show, the Palace of Ellington and the Strahan first met? Huh? I'm not making it up. I already told you I was gonna show you. There's Billy in the middle. There's Duke. Huh? Look at these great men. Look at these great people. Look at Lena Horne. Look at these great people. How do we forget the untold stories? Huh? How dare we? You don't find that kind of odd? Louis Armstrong dines with local singer and journalist from Crawford Grill, 1945. Ellie Fritzwitz poses, 1948, within her husband, Pittsburgh-born bass player Ray Brown. Y'all want to see Louis Armstrong when he was younger? Do you remember who Louis Armstrong is? Here's Louis. Louis Armstrong played the instrument. Remember? The great Louis Armstrong. You see? Read it yourself. Huh? Joe Louis on the right. They at the club, 1938. Left, Woogie Harrison, right? Cap Calloway. Light heavyweight boxer John Henry Lewis. Huh? They all hung around each other. There's Lou. There's Cap. Cap Holloway is known for his dancing skills. Entertainer. Huh? Light heavyweight champion. Yo, check this out. They all was around each other. These are Pittsburgh boys. They was in Pittsburgh. At the clubs. He was at the clubs in Pittsburgh. When Pittsburgh was the hottest. Renaissance. Huh? How can we forget this? So we need to remember things and stop playing these negative games and be disrespectful to the past. Huh? Real talk. Show you one more picture. Tinny Harris with his light meteor speed graphic camera in the streets of Pittsburgh. This is when I used to take cameras with. Huh? When you believe in what you believe in. When you believe in what you believe in. What do you believe in? What do you believe? The Smoketown, the other great black renaissance. What do you believe in? Let's stop the negativity and bring out the frequency of positivity. Oh, I know it's not easy. I know it's not. But you don't stop the fight because you got a hard time to deal with. No. I'm going to show you some black history cards of more women. Because women ain't bitches and hoes. No, they're not. You don't walk their struggles. You don't step in their shoes. You don't know what they do. Huh? Renaissance people. It's making a difference. I got a real famous one here. Assata Shakur. Do you know who this one is? Is that Tupac's mother? If anyone of you know Tupac Shakur, that's his mother. Civil rights activists and members of the Black Panther Party. Regarded as a hero for her protests against racism and her role in the 1970s Black Liberation Army. Community activists who helped the poor by organizing free breakfast programs and a health clinic. Become the first woman to place on the FBI most wanted list after escape to Cuba from prison, where she was served a life sentence for the 1973 murder of a police officer. Many people believe Shakur to be a political champion who is innocent of the criminal accusation against her. Accusation. Excuse me, remember I told you? I can tongue twister from time to time. Accusation against her. Huh? See, that's another Renaissance. Don't think so? You think all Renaissance gotta walk around with suits and stuff like that? No. No. See, I give you a Renaissance from Pittsburgh. People went to Pittsburgh and prospered. But I took that and went to show you other greats. Anyone ever heard of Billie Holiday? Billie Holiday, huh? Let me read it. Considered one of the best and the most influential jazz vocalists of all time. Her legacy still influences jazz and many other genres of this day. Despite no formal music training, she developed the new vocal techniques and was known for the unique vocal delivery and improvisational skills. She was discovered on Harlem nightclub scenes and signs in 1935. Her first hit, What a Little Moonlight Can Do, collaboration with the pianist Teddy Wilson, become a jazz standard. She was received 4 posthumous Grammy Award for the Best Historical Album. She herself was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1973. In 1972, the film adaptation of her autobiography, Lady Sings the Blues, which she was portrayed by another legendary performer, Diana Ross. Diana Ross played the movie Lady Sings the Blues. She played Billie Holiday. You see? You see, if you don't do your research, you're not going to know that. And I told you Diana Ross played the Lady Sing the Blues. But did you know it was about Billie Holiday? In 2000, she was induced into the Rock Hall of Fame. Diana Ross received the honors on her behalf. You see? Understand the greatness of goddesses. Understand it. Huh? Billie Holiday. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. There's many more. Many more. Huh? Anybody heard of Wilma Rudolph? June 23, 1940, November 12, 1994. Huh? Have you ever heard of Wilma Rudolph? Track star, Olympic champion, and educator. Contracted polo at the age of 4 and lost the use of her left leg, but eventually regained her strength thanks to her family dedication to providing message therapy at home. Refused to let her disability stop her and become the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in track and field during the 1960s the Summer Olympics Games in Rome. Refused to participate in the 1964 Olympics Games because she felt she could not match her 1960 success. Retired in 1963 and became a school teacher and coach after finishing her college degree in education. Rudolph. Wilma Rudolph. Huh? You see, a lot of you got to understand something. People, the life that they choose and the path they take is their own. This next female, I analyzed her. I'm about to tell you a little story, quick, fast. I analyzed this next female. She was one of my greats. But it took a long time for me to recover for the path that she chosen. Because that's her life. That's her journey. And I had to understand that's her life. Sometimes we get so caught up in these athletes. We want them to do things. That's how I got caught up. Serena Williams. September 26, 1981 to present day. Serena Williams is the greatest tennis player and can be, I think, Serena, I will read hers. Then from that point, I will tell you what made me shattered a little bit. You probably already know. American professional tennis player and philanthropist, raised in a tennis-focused family alongside a professional player sister, Venus Williams, 4-time Olympic gold medals, winner ranked #1 in the world, single 8 times between 2002 and 2017, holds numerous records including being a 7-time Wimbledon single champion, 6-time U.S. Open champion, currently 2017 holds the most Grand Slam titles in singles, doubles, and mixed doubles combined. Listed Forbes list of the 100 highest paid athletes and served as chief supporting officer of British luxury automobile manufacturer Aston Martin. Donates to the work with many charitable causes and founded the construction of the Serena Williams Secondary School in Montana, Kenya. Now, Serena Williams married a white man, had a baby by the white man. Now, at first, when I first heard about it, I was stunned. The reason why I was stunned, because her father, went through all that scrutinizing to protect his children. He knew what the children was going to go through, which is Venus Williams and Serena. He knew what they was going to go through. But he made sure, step by step, that they didn't have to endure but so much. Even though when they got to the point that they got on their own, they was going to endure this. Racism, discrimination. Okay? They came from California, Compton. They played tennis in rigid courts until they mastered their craft, made enough money, and got tennis coaches that could help them. Possibility some of those coaches really didn't put too much emphasis in it. It's a possibility. But anyhow, you come from the inner city, you rise to the top, but you choose to marry this white man and have a child by him. At first, I was saying to myself, what in the world you do that for? But who am I? Tiger Woods did it. He marries a white woman. A lot of actors do it. A lot of entertainers do it. Who am I? This is their journey. But it doesn't matter how it looks. For the masses, she's still on that card. Because she's great. Because she endured. She endured physical pain, psychological pain. She endured to become great. She loved her craft. Loved her craft. And still endure to this day because she decided to marry a white dude and have his baby. But she's a Renaissance female. She's a goddess, regardless what we want her to be. What we would love her to do and marry and have babies by. But that's not for us to say. That's her journey. So Serena, I will say this. Peace unto you. Be as great as you could possibly be. Because who am I and anyone else to judge you? That's your life. And this is about Renaissance. The greatness of a city. The greatness of people. And we should never, ever forget them. As new Renaissance are rising, as new renaissance are being created, as new cities where these people will come to and ignite in different occupations and different skill levels. They will unite and help one another to rise. Let's never forget the mighty greats. Let's never forget those who came before us. Let's never forget those who sacrificed. Let's don't forget those who really died believing in the black melanin man, in the melanin woman. Let's don't forget those who truly paved the way. Let's don't forget the Renaissance, the great Renaissance black man and woman who opened up doors for you and I. Yes, there's an ugly side to this whole thing. There's some of our people, in their journeys, they take turns that we don't appreciate. There's some of our black people, we don't even know why they do the things they do, say the things they say, sacrifice their own people for their own gain. But that is not for us to say. We can have an opinion. We can have debates. We can have sessions. But remember, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But at the end of the day, we must, as a melanated people, rise. Never forget where we come from. Never forget the establishments that were developed. Never forget people who started jobs back in the 1920s, back in the 1950s, the 60s, the 70s. There's people now who only own black banks because these people opened up doors not knowing they were doing that, but because of their resistance and becoming a renaissance and pushing through all through the obstacles. It's not where you live at that makes you a renaissance. It's not how much money you got to make you a renaissance. It's what you do, what your life makes you a renaissance. I can tell you a few of these people that I showed you. Before they died, they wasn't rich. Some of them died poor. So Renaissance is not about being rich. Renaissance is about what you do throughout your journey in a positive way, enjoying your life, where you at, where everything at that point in time was Renaissance, was positive, was great, was outstanding, and that was the place to be. And in the 1920s through the 1950s, Pittsburgh was Harlem. Get this book. You will read some of the greatest stories. Lena Horne, the Brown Bomber, Jackie Robinson, Louis Armstrong, Josh Gibson, Satchel Paige. Some of the greatest people on this planet came from nothing. I mean, understand me. came from nothing and became something. And their lives, living in an era of racism, discrimination, was at one of the highest peaks of his life. So let's stop playing games. You become the best you can be. Spew out positive energy. I'm SHU AMUN RA. Peace.